I think I just mentioned in one of the most recent videos I put out is about maintaining spiritual health and just learning to tap in to what's available to us right now. It's always an interesting observation for me. I don't judge anybody, but when the patterns and the frequency of comments and feedback of people around me are revealing the same thing. It's a particularly intense week here of high emotions and high bodily either upgrades or purging, and whether that affects us in not sleeping. I've heard people who wouldn't necessarily consider themselves spiritual, even though I believe we're spirit beings and the divine works through us. So they're not equating sleep to anything at the minute, and they're also mentioning feeling sickness, which I've definitely had a massive bout of nausea and a horrible turn the other day. So when things come out of the blue, when we know that we're looking after our physical health and mental health and spiritual health as much as possible, it's we know that energy is external, whether people believe it's the comet, 3-eye atlas, and I'm not here to be part of any sort of like propaganda and whatever's. At the minute, we don't know. We just don't know. People might be getting visions and they might have a knowing of potential outcomes, but nothing is definitive. We don't know where this could lead, and so there's destabilizing energies, really. There's a lot of this global shadow, this collective shadow that I've mentioned, and that a lot of us are feeling right now, chaos and confusion in our own version of it relative to our own life and challenges and blessings. It's always about the duality, the polarity, and even though if we tap into one consciousness, a collective consciousness, the light cannot exist without the shadow, and vice versa. And so it has been funny because you can't tell people what to do. You can't say teach. I mean, we share, we talk, we share our stories as a way of unlocking codes, activating things in other people. And when I've heard a series of people say the same things this week, I'm just like, oh, I wish you would believe more. I wish you would trust more in this spiritual realm. I wish you would see the signs the way that I see them. And obviously they can't, because I'm me and they're them. But there is, and it could just be some of the energy 303 that I'm tapping into is like frustration at the minute. There's been a lot of patience, there's been a lot of work. A lot of us have moved through quite a few waves, learning to become pro surfers in these energetic shifts. And I don't really know what I'm coming on. It just makes me laugh. 322 has just gone past on the clock. Is if we knew that it just wasn't about sleep, we didn't sleep. If we knew that there was other things going on, if we could just believe. I think it's that big. This conception of seeing is believing, rather than belief being the way the manifestation arrives or the clarity of mind. I think just truth and trust that is personal to us. For on the clock. So maintain the foundation and the grounding in these destabilizing energies. It's quite fast moving, and I know sometimes that things happen to me a couple of weeks before. Not everybody, not the whole collective, and it might just be specific to me and my soul family, but having gone through nausea or lack of sleep a while ago, then now I'm seeing other people relay messages to me about this, that and the other, and sleep patterns and dreams. And so we all receive things according to our own timeline and path. And I would just be mindful that there are signs and messages in those energetic imbalances in our body, and to not just poo-poo it or just like think, I didn't sleep last night. I don't know, I think the subconscious realm is very important, and if things are stopping us or unsettling us or uneasy, then there's other things that we need to do to make that space a sanctuary once again. And if our body is experiencing nausea or various things, then it's important that we go to the trees, or we go to the woods, or we go where energy can pass through us with the help of, even though we're divine beings, not a lot of us cultivate the power to be able to hold a lot of fast moving shit right now. We all have a deep capacity, but it's whether we cultivate it and practice that, because it can, it knocked me off my feet a few days ago. So, and I don't need to say any more about that. 555 on the clock. So yeah, huge changes, and just keep trusting, and just keep the spiritual health as numero uno at the moment.